Fill in the missing letter. Good job! That spells boat.
So parents want to hear from parents and really would like to go into each child's home and see what we're doing, how they spend the day with their tutors and what this is all about. So I think the video might show them a little bit of what goes on, what we teach, how we teach, if we play, if it's fun. You're going to get to hear from different families, get to see them work with their kids.
Is this a carrot?
No.
No, it's
Broccoli.
right, it's broccoli.
We're going to see some tabletop work, we're going to see some language programs, we're going to see some arts and crafts, and we're going to see some play. We're even going to see some play that doesn't look like school or like therapy.
This is Jeopardy!
This is Jeopardy!
Alright.
What it's done for me is given both of us a shot at a life.
I choose SpongeBob SquarePants for 4,000.
We go through very comprehensive assessments and interview with the parents to learn about this one child, and then we'll make a plan of what we think that we need to accomplish.
Let's just go right ahead and make your own story.
He was a bolter, he was a biter, he was a fighter.
The parents then are aware of what goals we have identified, and if they match the goals that they have identified, then we can be working on all of those goals.
There was a Logan boy and a mom. This is a little bit long. So then, Mom said to the little boy, Logan, the news crew's coming today.
I can take him places by myself now.
First I took a bath and I put some clothes on and played my Game Boy in my pillow fort. And then I waited, and then they came.
Academically, he functions as you saw at peer level.
The program is going to be tailored to each child, and if they need to work only on 2 or 3 areas, we'll target those 2 or 3 areas.
And then at the end, it was, Logan said it was really fun. The end. And he lived.
Language is the big area for most kids, if not all kids.
But it's actually not a letter E, it is a
It's
letter.
a Y!
Yes.
Oh,
Excellent work.
Our curriculum is heavily based on language, and in each of these areas that we might be working on that might not be called language, we're definitely targeting language too as a component.
Is this
Thank you so
octopus
much.
star?
That was such a good name.
Yeah.
Logan is, as far as I'm concerned, going to go on and be able to live either completely or mostly independently. I believe that he'll be able to go on to school, like post-secondary education, things that he never would have been able to do if we didn't have this kind of grounding.
We started when she was almost 4 years old, and there was a lot of days I just didn't even know what to do. You know, like you want to try and you want to do, and you read and you research and you try everything that you can, and you know at the end of the day you're still crying because you just don't know what to do. And what ABA gave us was the opportunity to very practical tools that allowed us to manage all that in a very positive way for me, a positive way for our family, and a positive way for her as well. What else do you need? You want to eat? What else do you need? That's it. I want a break time to eat. Good job.
That sounds good.
All right.
Many kids, when they start, they don't speak yet. If they speak, maybe they have a few sounds that they might not use in context yet. So we work a lot to develop those sounds. And while they're not speaking yet, we're targeting language in different ways. So they might be learning some sign language, they might be learning some picture exchange, while we get to work on developing those sounds and making them turn into words and sentences.
So the biggest impact really is quality of life.
Which one says the pig? Good job. Which one says meow? Do you have him? He's on mine, yeah. Oh, thanks.
And it's very positive at the end of the day. For us, I felt that we had a better rapport with our daughter, that she had a better life.
I'm thinking of something that is round, and we play with it outside and we kick it. That's it, the soccer ball. Good job.
You have to see it, really, to believe it, and you have to see it to see how caring and how each child is treated as an individual. Each child is treated with respect.
Bananas. Mmm.
Yes.
Okay, good boy. Now you have to go to Mama. Flying. Okay.
Well, we have a curriculum as a guide for the preschool kids that is a behavioral curriculum and has 25 areas, a lot of skills within those 25 areas, and we might be working maybe on 8 to 20 of them at the same time, depending on the child and on each child's needs.
And as a parent, we always look towards the future, and I sort of like that about the ABA program, where there's always a plan in mind, there's a goal, and it's been very positive ever since.
Pretend to eat. Pick it up. Mmm, yummy. Good job talking. Say moon. Moon. Good. Flower.
Flower.
Good job.
So we have many language areas, we have self-care areas. For kids that start going to nursery school, we start working on group instruction and classroom routines. So we are usually working on a lot of things at the same time.
I was afraid that he wasn't going to have fun. I was afraid he was just going to be sitting at a table all day and being drilled like at a boot camp. And that's so totally wrong.
Elephant? That's right, and he's taking a bath. Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess as a parent, you can be as involved as you want to be. And I'm one of those parents that want to be really involved.
Bird. Can you fly like a bird? Ready? And go!
We have one-to-one instruction for 31 hours a week from our tutors, and we will train the parents to work with them for at least 5 additional hours of the week. But parenting is not about 5 hours a week, and so the more involved the parents are, the better.
We're gonna do spider. Ready?
And that's what I like too. It's a team effort. There's 2 tutors, a senior tutor and a consultant, and their focus is Zachary.
Balloons. Let's count them. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Very nice.
The initial stages, it was as simple as he wouldn't even react to his name. So that was something that they really worked on, and it's amazing. I mean, I can be in the mall and I call his name and he turns and he comes running. So for me, that's huge progress.
We have programs with the parents for shopping, for example, or bedtime or meal times, depending on what they're most interested in targeting.
Wow!
Some parents are trained exactly like the tutors. They go through the same training and they're able to conduct sessions just like the tutors. Other parents might want to focus more on the day-to-day activities of the child.
So we put out just a bunch of different letters facing upside down, and we say pick one. Pick one. What letter is that?
J.
J. That's right. That's the letter J. What sound does that make? M says What letter is that?
C.
Good. What sound does that letter make?
D.
D. D says D. This one is old, and he'll say new. This one's clean. This one's
Dirty.
right, it's dirty. His favorite one is this one is happy. This one is sad. This one's sad. This one's
Happy.
happy, right? Block designs. We have a little album, right, where we can put 5 different pictures of block designs, and he'll just look at the first picture, build it, and then take them all apart and turn the page and build the next tower, right? Take them all apart, flip the page until he's all done.
Great job.
Ball play. We have been working on ball play for months and months. Like every clinic meeting, we always say, just keep working on it, you'll eventually get it. But the other day, it's like, I gave him the ball and I said, bounce and catch, right? And he said, bounce and catch. And then he just did it. He just bounced the ball and caught it. It was great. It was so exciting.
Good job. Way to go, buddy.
Kicking a moving ball. We roll the ball and it comes back and he'll kick it. And again, that's been so hard to like help him like move his leg to kick the ball and stuff. And then he just, I don't know if it's bouncing against the shed or what, but he likes it. I'm the one who's going to be with him for the rest of his life, right? You guys are only here for a few months, so that's why I'm like, I want to learn all that I can because I need to keep teaching him, right? It's lifelong, but yeah.
Parents who get really involved and learn a lot are going to be really successful when kids move into school. If they learn the rationale, they can teach a lot of people about the methods and this type of intervention, and will be really good advocates for their kids.
I thought that it was for very severe children, and my child isn't severe, and so I felt it probably wasn't something that was available to me. And we already had our son in a preschool, and he was working with an aide, and we really felt that the contact he was having with other children was very important. We didn't want to lose that. So we raised that at the intake meeting, and they took our considerations into account and said, you know, we'll look at everything, but you know, definitely if that's something that's important to you, we can probably make that work.
We're not going to clean up right now.
Not right now. We're going to take a break right now.
The idea of somebody coming into your house every day means you have to keep it clean, which was a bit of a challenge. And all of those, and just the anxiety, not knowing, was he going to take to this? Was it going to help him, really? The very first session, I stayed out of the way because my son tends to be more problematic when I'm around. So I stayed out of the way while the tutors were working with him. And the thing that I was struck by was how much fun it sounded like they were having. And I thought, oh, well, this is good. I could hear him laughing, and I could hear them running, and I could hear them playing.
We have to make sure that they get to do what they like to, and that's how we teach them. We pair the things that they like with the things that they need to learn.
This is the birthday.
It might take longer for some kids for them to start enjoying learning, but this is our number one goal.
I guess it was a couple of weeks later, we had our first clinic meeting, and the clinic meetings are when the consultant, your senior tutor, and your 2 tutors are there, and everybody talks about how the program's going, and each of the tutors demonstrates the programs that they're running. And that was when I really understood how it worked, because all of a sudden, the stuff I was hearing upstairs, now I could see it. And I had this picture in my mind that it was just somebody putting pictures in front going, what is this? What is this? What is this? And I thought, I don't know how that's going to work. But I mean, I could tell he was having fun, so I thought, oh, okay, well, you know. But once I saw the way it ran and I saw how it worked, it was, oh, now I get it. And you could tell that he really was attending to the situation, which was a big deal because I knew he was smart, but I couldn't get him to learn with me. I tried and it didn't work. But what I found was even just observing the tutors and seeing how they interacted with him, all of a sudden I had some things for my toolbox of how to deal with him. And I find that behavior-wise, his behavior's way, way, way better. And when he does misbehave, I know how to deal with it now.
Beautiful. And a normal Y? Gorgeous.
I mean, there is a lot of work to put together the materials that they need to teach with. Having said that, once you start doing it and you start seeing the results, the amount of work and the commitment is really not an issue anymore. Because now you can see there is a way to get through to my child. There is a way to help my child. And once you realize that, then the rest of it kind of falls into place.
Y,
A.
One of the things that I noticed right away with ABA was that he started talking more and he started paying more attention. It was almost as though his eyes had been opened and now he realized there was a world out here that I could pay attention to. So, I mean, I think one of the first things that they worked on was saying hello to somebody when they walk into a room, which seems like a really basic thing, but it's something that has to be taught. And now he knows. He doesn't always do it because, he's still kind of a withdrawn child, but he does do it when he's prompted and he does understand that that's what you're supposed to do. So I think probably the biggest thing that we've noticed is the increase in language and the use of language. I mean, before we started, he couldn't answer any questions and he wouldn't demonstrate what he knew. You'd know he knows something, but he wouldn't do it for you. Now, he will not only do what you want him to do, but he will also ask questions himself. So he's now asking what, where, when questions. He was not asking those kinds of questions before. So to me, that's a huge leap. And I feel that I have hope now that he will ultimately be able to have conversations. And in fact, we do have conversations now. They're limited, obviously, but we do still have conversations, and it's great. And being able to know what he really wants. I didn't know before, I was guessing.
Received many phone calls of parents saying, I really want to have this program, but I work, my husband works, I have 3 children, I can't quit my job. And they do not need to quit their jobs. We have worked with single parents and multiple siblings with autism. We have worked in tiny apartments, we've worked in big houses, and part of our intake process is to figure out with the parents how we're going to set this up in their home. And I would say there are a lot less limitations than they imagined even before they came to us.
There was a lot of overwhelming things. Before your child is diagnosed, you know something's wrong, but you don't know what. When they tell you what it is, you think, no way. Particularly, I guess, if you have a child who doesn't necessarily exhibit all the classic symptoms of autism, then you think they must have had this wrong. But as you learn more and more, you start to realize that there are ways to get through and that there are ways to make this child learn and that you've really got a gift in your hands.
I think that for all the parents, this is definitely seen as a support. It is clearly an individualized and specialized service. You get a teacher that spends the entire day just devoted to that one child.
I have to say that is the most amazing thing that has ever happened to us.
Our tutors and our whole team are great. In the good days and even the not so good days, you can see that he has got a special place in their hearts. And as a mom, that makes me feel awesome.
He loves it, so I'm happy. That's what keeps me motivated.
We do so much more now than we were able to do before.
You're going to sweat, you're going to cry, you're going to swear, but you're also going to beam with pride, and your dreams for your child will start to come back.